In this video, we're going to cover the full tutorial of the Dubb Chrome extension. So once you have the Dubb Chrome extension installed and pinned, simply click on the extension and click sign in. Once you're logged in, here you will notice the first time you turn this on, your icons are going to be turned off by default. So let's go ahead and break down these items one at a time. First, let's turn on the webcam. As long as you have a webcam selected on Google Chrome and permissions granted, you'll be able to access your webcam. Here you'll notice several options. We can zoom in or zoom out. We can pan. So if you have a less than ideal background, you can actually zoom into the point where your background is not really relevant anymore. So zooming, panning, and of course we can change the shape simply by clicking the different shapes. We can also change the size by dragging this element here. And then finally, we can also, in the same video, we can go from full screen and then back to small screen in the same recording. So, and then of course we can change the location as well. So this is what webcam functionality looks like while we're recording our screen. That's the webcam. Of course, your microphone, just turn it on. You can select from different microphone sources if you have them. This is the on-screen controls. I recommend turning this on so that you can use the camera, the resize, annotations during your recording. This is the annotation toolbar so that when it's turned on, you will have on-screen annotations to draw on your screen while you're recording. We'll cover in a second. And last is the teleprompter here, which we'll cover at the end. So this is how recording is going to work. You have the options of screen, tab, and camera. Screen is going to actually record your entire screen. So everything on your screen, your browser tabs, your desktop icons, your bookmarks, anything that's on your screen is going to be recorded with the full screen option. However, there is a limitation. Just be aware that the webcam and the drawing tools cannot be used outside of Google Chrome. So you can only record within Google Chrome. If you need to record stuff on your desktop with your bubble or drawing tools, you would use the Dubb desktop app. Also, the Chrome extension is not useful for capturing audio coming from a video on your computer. So if you need to capture audio coming from a video or audio source on your computer, you would use the Dubb desktop app for that as well. So this is the screen recorder. You can record with your screen. Let's talk about the annotations. Here, you can use the annotation tool to draw arrows. Simply click and drag to draw the arrow. You can put numbers, select the number, and wherever you click will put a sequential number. You can hide things, obfuscate, simply click and drag to put a block in front of whatever you need to hide. Pencil, you can draw anything you like on the screen. You can change the color. You can change the thickness of the drawings and the text and the pencil. And of course, you have some shapes here as well. You have the ability to undo one drawing at a time, or you can delete them all at once. Finally, be aware that if you are drawing on your screen, you cannot click on the screen. You need to first reselect your mouse tool, then you can go back to clicking, or you would shut off the annotations and then you could go back to clicking as well. So this is what screen recording looks like with Dubb. Choose either screen or tab and then press start recording. Again, be aware screen is going to capture everything on the screen. And now tab, this option is when you want to record just a specific part of your screen, just the tab. So it's not going to record other tabs, browsers, other bookmarks, desktop icons. It's only going to record the current tab that you have selected. You cannot switch tabs or show other things during this type of recording. It's only meant for recording the one tab that you're currently on. And the difference between those, if you're using screen and you press start recording, it's going to ask which screen you want to share. And if you're using tab and you press start recording, it is going to say which tab do you want to share, not just the tab that you currently have selected. So that's the difference between those. And lastly, you have just the camera only option, which is this guy here. So these are the basic recording options on Dubb, screen, tab, and camera. Now that we've covered the basic recording, let's talk about your library access. In the Chrome extension, you will have access to all of your video library. You can search for videos by name, search for them by tag, or by user. When you click on the thumbnail of the video, it's going to take you to the video edit page. And if you want to share the video, you can press this button that says copy to clipboard, and it's going to copy the video with the link to your clipboard, at which point you can go into any system, any email client, social media. Universally, you can copy and paste this video into any system. Speaking of any system, if you need to, you can choose the optimize for and select your system, whichever it is that you're going to be sending these videos through. And this way we can send and track your video through your favorite system. So that's how the copy option is going to work. There is a drop down next to this that allows you to copy different elements of the video, such as the still thumbnail, the GIF. You can download the video. You can take the HTML, just the URL, embed code. So all of the different sharing options for the different components and versions of this video are available through this dropdown. Now there is an option here, which is adding an email for tracking or personalization text. What this does is if you plan on recycling videos, meaning you're you're going to send the same video to different people, you would add their email here for tracking so that we can identify specifically who's watching this copy of the video. We can also here enter personalization text like this, video for John. And so now when I copy this and I go to paste it, that is actually what is going to show up on the thumbnail of the video. So that's what those two extra features do in the advanced options, is add an email for tracking so you can see specifically who watched the video, and you can add personalization to add a personal message on top. And finally, that token is supported in other email systems. So you can say something like this, video for first.name, and in that way it will be the first name of everyone in your contact list through the system you want to send through. Just be sure that you have this token, this merge field value correct from your email system. The optimize for Outlook option, what this actually does is it removes the animation. So an older version of Outlook does something strange where it places a play button on top of this. So if you're using the old classic version of Outlook desktop and you get a play pause button on top of it, you can use the still image instead. So that's what the optimize for Outlook does. It's just removing the animation so that it doesn't place its own button on top of ours. Also of note, depending on which channel you're in, such as Google Chrome, LinkedIn, and other platforms, there is actually an option here to have a sidebar open like this. And you'll see that the button is actually changed from copy to insert. So when you click this, it will immediately insert the video so you can not have to copy and paste. So just be aware this is slightly different depending on the page that you're on. If it's something that we have a direct integration with a built-in button, this sidebar option will be available, as well as the insert video. Otherwise, in any other page, it will say copy to clipboard. So now that we've covered this tab, let's proceed. Next up, you will find Ira, Dubb's AI generative writing assistant. Here, you can create a profile either on the extension or the website, and then your profile is going to contain all the information you need to create perfect outputs without having to input complex prompts. So set up your profile, make sure it's selected, and then you can enter simple prompts like write me an email, and it's going to already know everything it needs to write. You can select the target word, tonality, and then submit, and it's going to give you the output here, which you can copy to a clipboard, or you can add directly to your teleprompter scripts. So this is direct access to Ira, your personalized generative AI writing assistant. Next, we have reporting. So click on the extension, click the activities section, and here is where you're going to find all the reporting for your videos. You can see what's being watched, when, where, how, and you can filter by certain types of activity. Currently, everything is selected, but if you needed to, you could deselect and only select the specific activities that you're after. And of course, you can refresh to check on this as well. The last option here in the extension is opening the sidebar, where this opens a menu to share the screen so that you can access your extension while still performing whatever you're doing on your main screen. If you need to close the sidebar, simply click the X button, and that's going to close the extension. In this last part, we're going to cover how to use the teleprompter on the Dubb Chrome extension. Personally, I prefer the teleprompter of the desktop app or the mobile app just because it has a little bit more function and isn't quite as finicky. So here's how the teleprompter on the Chrome extension is going to work. Simply turn on the teleprompter, and just be aware that if you're using the screen option, it's going to capture everything, including the teleprompter. So if you need to use the Chrome extension teleprompter, you're going to have to do a current tab recording. And while you're recording, you're going to have to make sure that you have access to this tab, because the recording is going to capture only what's on the tab. And then this teleprompter, you're going to move up in front of your screen like this. So here I'm going to select my script, and then I'm going to press start recording. Select the tab here, share. So now it's going to be recording, and I'm going to need to make sure this teleprompter is on top of the screen so I can read from it while I'm actually recording the screen. And then you can simply click stop sharing, and it's going to upload that video, and you're going to see the teleprompter is not going to be visible in that current tab recording, just like this. So that is how you can use the Chrome extension teleprompter. You need to have your window minimized, and you need to make sure that the teleprompter is accessible to move in front of your window after the recording has begun.